Welcome back to another Spirit Island video. In this video, we'll be continuing our series on Is This Spirit for You? This time, focusing on the Finder of Paths Unseen. Now, this is the final video of the series, so I'm excited that we've been through all 38 spirits. If there are more spirits that get released, I will also cover them for the series. Now, looking at the setup for Finder, it is so Finder's going to start with one presence on the starting board in land number 3, and then one presence can be placed on any board in land number 1. That's going to allow for some interesting interactions because it allows you to start all the way across the board if you so choose. So you can kind of set up combos if you would like. Now, you do get to start with 6 unique power cards. The playstyle says that Finder is all about moving invaders, Dahan, presence, and beasts. It's good at creating invader-free safe zones due to its many movement powers and its capacity to isolate. It can't afford to destroy invaders too often without a way of re-adding destroyed presence, so either needs to draft a big major power hammer or needs to rely on its teammates for offense. It is an extremely high complex spirit. I consider Finder to be the toughest spirit to play. It's between Finder and Fractured, or the two at the very, very top. Now, looking at that summary of powers, it has negative offense, and that's because whenever you kill something, your left innate will trigger, and that will cause you to lose energy as well as destroy presence. It also has no offense in the kit whatsoever. Now, it has the highest control among any spirit, and as you can see, it's absurd amount of control. Finder is one of the few spirits in the game that can easily move cities. But yeah, Finder can do any type of movement abilities, moving beasts, Dahan, cities, invaders. It has isolate effects, stuff like that. Absolutely no fear, very little defense, and very little utility. Flipping the spirit board over, we have that first special rule that I've already talked about, and the second special rule. And the second special rule is where all of the fun comes into play. And it says open the ways. It says you may make up to 2 of your lands adjacent at a time. You may change which lands are adjacent once between actions. So this allows you to connect your presence. So if I have a presence over here, and let's say this is land 1, let's say this is land 2, and this is land 3, I can count that both my presence in land 1 and in land 3 are adjacent via this special rule when I'm doing a specific action. And just showing, actually now that I have a board over here, I should probably just show what I mean over here. Let's say I'm playing a card like Aid from the Spirit Speakers. It looks like this. Actually, let's do probably an easier. We'll do Wending Journey. So it says push up to half of invaders from target land. So if I want, I can push half the invaders here, and then I can make it adjacent to my land over here on E8. So that will allow me to move those invaders from E3 all the way to E8. So you can do some wild things with Finder's special rule. Looking at Finder's growth options here, Finder is going to be a 0, 1, 1, 1. So you don't place presence on reclaim, and then you have 3 presence placement options. Your reclaim gives you a power card gain, and it says you may ignore range on everything. That means all power cards, anything you pick up, growths, stuff like that. Or you then have a presence placement option that gives you an extra card play, a presence placement option that gains you power cards, and then a presence placement option that gives you energy. Your tracks are really unique in that instead of just going or having 2 straight tracks, you can kind of zigzag through the tracks. So if I want, I can grow from top, then I can grow from top, then I can grow from top, and then if I want, I can grow from backwards or forwards or top again. So there's very interesting ways that you can grow. I could like go from bottom, then I can go middle, then I can do top, then I can do top, then I can do middle. So there's very unique ways of growing. And I'm not saying you should do any of the growth patterns I showed. I'm just showing how you can grow. Now, looking at the tracks, if you absolutely max out your tracks, the most you're going to get is 3 card plays, but your energy is absurd. So you have a 2 energy income, but then you can get +2, +1, +1. So essentially you end at 5, 3. Oh, actually, it's 6-3. If you max out your tracks, you have plenty of elements. You have your sun, moon, earth, water, air. +1 range on everything, a free presence movement in any element, and then finally you have a you can push a town city from one of your lands every turn. So very unique set of tracks. Looking at the left innate here, it's a 0 range, fast power, push up to half rounded down of invaders from target land, do likewise for Dahan, presence, and beasts. Then it says push up to 1 invader, Dahan, presence, or beasts, and the final threshold lets you repeat the effect. And then the right innate allows you to isolate up to 3 lands, and it says here that you can choose different lands for each line of text. You can isolate 3 different lands with this right innate. Now, Finder is one of the few spirits in the game that starts with 6 power cards. The other one would be Dances of Earthquake. Looking at the first one here, it says Paths Tied by Nature. It's a 0 energy, slow power, 1 range, sun, air, earth, plant. Move up to 2 invaders, Dahan, presence, or beasts to a land within 2 range that has the same terrain. So this is your terrain movement type effect. We have Offer Passage, 1 energy fast, 1 range. It's a sun, moon, air. Move up to 4 Dahan between target land and one of your lands. Or the next time Dahan will be destroyed in target land, destroy 2 or fewer. So this is your Dahan movement, or it's a card that allows you to have your Dahan or protect your Dahan. We have Aid from the Spirit Speakers. It's a 2 energy fast, 1 range. Sun, fire, air, animal. For each Dahan, you may move 1 invader, Dahan, presence, or beast to a land within 2 range that has Dahan. We have Ways of Shore and Heartland. It's a 1 energy slow, 2 range, air, water, earth. Push up to 2 invaders, Dahan, presence, or beasts to a land that is also coastal/inland. And it says whichever the target is. So this is moving stuff between coastal lands or inland lands. We have Wending Journey. It's a 0 energy, slow power, 0 range, moon, air. Push up to half, rounded up, of invaders from target land. Do likewise for Han, presence, and beasts. So it's essentially the opposite of your left innate. So the left innate is rounding down, Wending Journey is rounding up. And finally, we have Traveler's Boon. It's a 0 energy fast power targeting another spirit, moon, air, water. Target spirit moves up to 3 of their presence to 1 of your lands. They may move up to 1 invader, Dahan, and beast along with their presence. Total, not for each presence. So this gives finders some presence movement that also can snag some invader pieces. And I really love the artwork on this. You have the little bird up here in the corner, and then you have sharp fangs chasing the bird. So now, is the spirit for you? Finder is all about moving invaders. It's a large control puzzle. You're not going to be damaging stuff. You're not going to be destroying stuff. You're not going to be generating fear. You're trying to take everything on your board and shuttle it into a single land and then isolate that land. There's a lot to consider with this spirit. Not only is the special rule very complex, but also your growth patterns is very complex, and also all of your uniques are complex. And then you have the right innate. There's so many things you need to factor in while playing this spirit, and it can be very overwhelming for players. Now, for the builds, I've seen there's a minor build and a major build. Pretty much, at least at the time of making this video, across a lot of the more experienced players. Now, this is a spirit I don't play, so I don't actually know the answer from my perspective. But from what I've heard from other players, is that the major power build for Finder tends to be the strongest build, and I believe that goes top, 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 and then I think you go bottom, bottom. I believe is the exact build order. And the reason for that is Finder is a spirit that needs majors, and because you can get to 4 energy a turn off 3 growths, you tend to stockpile a ton of energy on the spirit, so you're able to play those majors. Now, this is not a spirit if you like being able to play those supportive effects. You're going to have very few card plays, and your card plays need to be very impactful, right? You need to be moving stuff. You're not going to have that extra card play where you draft a specific minor like Constancy or Gift of Twin Days, and you can kind of just throw that card out there for the team. This is also not a spirit that's going to be utilizing many Dahan defend based strats, and that's once again you're only going to have between 1 and 2 card plays for most of the game. So playing a Dahan defend is going to eat up one of those card plays, and a lot of times you're going to need to be shuttling invaders around. If you like this video, like, subscribe for more content. I will see you guys in the next video.